welcome to another week here at the Hydeout. We are a little bit earlier today. Unfortunately, I did not announce this early showing today. That's my fault. Again, social media seems to escape me. But again, I apologize. We'll at least have it there for anybody that wants to come and join us later. Watch the the rerun of it on Facebook. And
I think they keep the Twitches up for like a week, you can catch us on that too.
So people on Twitch, you can catch us on Twitch for that 1 week as it's there, and then of course, whenever I get to episode 50 something on YouTube, we will discuss that at that time. But yeah, guys, welcome in. We got nothing crazy today. That's why we did a short episode. We got some businesses to take care of on our hour of block period here. So we wanted to make some adjustments so you wouldn't miss us that much. Again, we went through a 2-week hiatus already. So again, we're just trying to stay consistent.
It feels like so much longer.
It was. It really felt like it was. So, alrighty, guys, let me see. I got a little bit of news, and then we're going to get and talk My Hero. We hadn't brought My Hero up at all. We covered Agatha heavily. Again, I wanted to ask you, so now that we're on air, do not let me forget. We'll start off with this after the news. You were saying something about Agatha when I was rewatching the stream, that, she hit all 3 marks of if she was yes, maybe, or no on death. On Wanda.
Wanda was dead.
So yeah. We never talked about it. We never covered it. But you were like, "Hey, do not let me forget," and we forgot. so yeah, I want to discuss that. I was like, "Yo, we talked about this and we didn't even bring it up." I was like, "Crap." So yeah, let me bring up the news here. So it's a lot of James Gunn shutting down rumors. So it's not really so much news, but James Gunn is heavily shutting down rumors in regards to his universe and what he's bringing to it. And what we were talking about before anyone had been logged in or, on this YouTube, I cut off the beginning. We discuss how positive it is that he does this because in our eyes, again, as a fan, you hear a rumor and we run with it. It's a wildfire, just once we hear what was it? What was one? Superior Iron Man, Superior Iron Man, when it was supposed to be Tom Cruise, and everybody stopped the freeze frame, and it looked like a guy with a mustache, and all this stuff, and so you build this speculation so heavily, and then you get to it, and it's just like, you let me down, damn
you let me down, people,
but it's of our own fault.
It's our own creation, but it's just like, it's so terrible because we feed into like with me and you, we feed into each other too. Because wouldn't it be awesome to have this person cast? Now that I said that, it's in your head. So then you tell somebody else, and it starts spreading. More and more people on the internet start getting in on it. They have their own speculation, and it just grows as this fan base identity. And then Marvel's like, no, it's this person. And you're like, and everybody's upset because it's just like, well, it was never proven. We just made it in our own head.
Why are you mad? Not even our fault.
Right? Marvel's like, yo, we didn't even hear y'all. That's like 1,000 of you.
Oh, man. Straight up.
Man,
so we feel like it's a good thing. So James Gunn being able to shut down rumors and extinguishing the fires before they get started. Because I think he may stop. I feel when his universe takes off. When his universe takes off, I think he won't need to. But right now, he's trying to make sure that no one goes in there with a big ambition. Because it already is a big ambition.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To rewrite this universe that Snyder and all these, David Ayer and everybody was trying to accumulate. Now he's trying to keep the slate clean till he builds the foundation. Does that make sense?
Not only that, I completely agree with that statement. To basically wipe away everything that has happened, all the messed up eggs and the horrible fights and all that stuff, the bad CGI, wiping all that away and trying to start fresh. But on top of that, too, it's a huge ambition to try to do anime, TV, and movies all together and keep it somewhat close to the comics. Because at this point, I don't know if you heard anything, but at this point, I don't know which universe he's using for the DC. Is he using the New 52? Is he going to use like Crisis on Infinite Earth, like for like remodel?
There was one speculation, I can't remember. I wish I would remember the title, but it was one where they were all around a table and they were using the Superman's emblem that he has was what was distinguishing it to that universe.
Oh, that universe?
Yeah, so I'll look for that photo. It was a certain one. I can't remember, but you're knocking on that right door, like you know what I mean.
We don't know which one he's going to use, so having to have him like be like, look,
and he's lore heavy. Again, we've talked about this. He's very lore heavy. He knows his stuff. He's not going to put something that isn't going to be good.
Yeah.
And then that was one of the rumors. Is so he actually let me see. It is on this page here.
Hello, other person.
Oh, welcome. Another person on Twitch. So here's one. Just right off the bat, James Gunn debunks rumor of Barry Keoghan's Joker series in development. He's like, so I've been reading that. I've been reading that. Everyone's like, oh, Barry Keoghan's going to get his own, whatever. Here he is. James Gunn, quote, turn on Threads, and everyone is asking me about this. No, there is absolutely no truth to this. A Joker series is not being discussed, nor has even come up at this time. Sorry. Don't attack at multiverse.nation. They're just one of many places reporting this. Hi, new Threads people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, balls. Like, again, balls for this guy to just be able to, like, yo, that's not true. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shut it down, nip it in the butt. No more. You know what I mean? But the thing is, it'll still run rampant. The rumor will go crazy until, again, unless you follow him, you know what I mean? Like, you're not
But
catching
then you're going to have
like,
people like me or you who actually follow that. And somebody brings it up, and we're like, "Oh no, that got right here," and then like, "Well, I read here," and then it's gonna, it starts becoming like a fan divide of whether or not it's true.
Yep. So then, let's see, where is it?
I got a piece of news real quick. Well, rumors.
Okay.
But supposedly for Secret Wars, I hope they don't. But Chris Evans will come back to play Captain Hydra.
Jesus.
And I'm like, it's interesting because then, technically it's the whole like multiverse thing, whatever. And Chris Evans as that role has been, iconic. But technically it is not Captain America. It's Captain Hydra. So that's a way to get around his contract deal of doing this. And if he didn't want to play Captain America anymore, now he's technically playing a new character.
Interesting.
So
interesting.
I'm like, do it, but don't, because it's still his character, but at the same time, it's not. So I'm like, I'm on the fence with this one.
Okay.
Either way it goes, I'm okay.
I wouldn't mind it. So then he would be a 3-piece set. Like he'd literally be the Human Torch, he'd be Captain America, and then Captain Hydra.
Yep.
I mean, if you're gonna do Robert Downey, might as well bring another guy back in the bad seat. You know what I mean? And be on the Captain Hydra side, like so. I wouldn't see why not, honestly. But here's one right here. So it was actually a pretty big one. James Gunn actually oversees all the primary casting decisions for the DC universe. So he's not involved in like all the productions and like directorial portions, but he's heavy on the primary casting of the main characters.
And I agree with that. I 100% agree with that.
Exactly. So it goes back to his ultimate vision. If he's gonna be bringing animation, live action, or television, live action, and movies all into one realm, he has to know.
He has to have that vision right.
He has to see it. He has to agree. The Bride, which I showed y'all last week,
was really good.
It looks like the animation, and she looks like she'll be live action.
She can play it live action pretty good.
I'm on your side, James Gunn. If you ever come across my podcast, I see your vision, and I hope to
we'll get some more DC stuff when you get involved.
Maybe you'll inspire us to be heavy on DC. You know what I mean? But then also great stuff about the Penguin. It was actually the #1 rated DC show. It stayed #1 on HBO Max every single weekend. So like, I really want to watch this series. Like,
I will not lie. The first season, I think I might have been tired because I could barely get through it.
You finished it?
No, the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Second episode, I was like, okay, it's pretty interesting. Actually, it's getting me involved. Third episode, I was like, I'm in. The scrap, because it's gritty, grounded, like, and it's villainy, but it's also like how do it's almost like a noir type of thing. Like, it's police stuff, but then it's the bad guys version of it. Like, they're trying to piece together things, and we're gonna do this,
shake the cops. Yeah. We're gonna do so,
and it's so cool because Penguin, and then you got what's her name?
Sophia or whatever.
Yeah, from How I Met Your Mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, her acting in there,
Falcone,
superb.
Sophia Falcone. There you go.
Her acting is superb in there. Like, she legit plays it so well.
As soon as those episodes were coming out, they were like, "Yo, Sophia Falcone."
Yo, she was. And then Penguin's like being the dude. What's his name is playing him, and you don't realize it's him. Yeah. You know it's him, but his being able to play on his back foot so well, like, things go wrong, and how he's able to twist it into his, like, to fit him. Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, like, it is honestly really good.
So you're only on third though?
Yeah, I'm only on. Like, I kind of fell off of it for a minute when Agatha came along and everything, and I'm like, I don't want to overload myself.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think I'm gonna have to finish that because it is actually really freaking good.
I've read, and it literally states on here, all of them were like, just Penguin episode 7 titled Top Hat drew 1.9 million viewers across all platforms. It has now reached 16 million views. The episode before that.
How many platforms are there? It's only on Max.
That's what I was wondering.
I'm like, I guess it should only be on Max, technically, because Max has the connection with Warner Brother.
Yeah, DC updates. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Another one. James Gunn shut down. Off topic from Penguin. James Gunn said he would never hire an actor to write for DC Comics the same way he wouldn't hire a plumber to do an electrician's job. Because a fan asked, would you consider the actors writing comic book runs for their characters in the DCU, maybe fill in the blanks that the movies and shows don't really get too much details of? He's like, no, in the same way, etc. Yeah. Like, acting and writing are two different jobs.
That is true, but the issue with that is I appreciate him for that. Don't get me wrong. What I'm about to say, though, is at the same time, the actor, especially if they're as lore heavy and as passionate as a character as Havel is, when he gets into a character, like, he likes a character like The Witcher and everything, he knew the Witcher role. Mm-hmm. When you have somebody like that, them writing their own stuff fits because they know the character. If you know the character well enough and you know their backstory well enough, let them run. Just all reins loose.
Okay.
You have to keep
not all reins loose.
Well,
final script go through James Gunn.
You still have to still have to follow within certain things. Mm-hmm. But like at the same time, I'm like, if they feel like, hey, this character wouldn't do this, this, and this, believe them because they know that character too. And as cool as James Gunn is, you're not going to know every character as well as the person who, if they are as passionate playing them.
Yeah.
That person probably knows it better than.
And that's what man. Like, there's some people that didn't go look at their lore, you know what I mean? Like, if Marvel called me and was like, yo, hey, you're gonna be this character, best believe I would request every comic from them, be like, hey, can I get the unlimited subscription to Marvel Comics, and that way I can read every piece of lore that that this guy deals with, you know what I mean? Like, I would go so deep into that, you know what I mean? Like, and it breaks my heart that some people were casted and they don't see that. Yeah,
they don't want to invest in the character. They just want to play that role.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a complete disconnect too, because you're playing a role, now you're not playing the character. So it's not the same thing.
Do you feel that's I don't like to name drop, but like, do you feel like Brie Larson?
I already knew who you're going with. Yes. Let me cut you off from the last name.
I'll save you from name dropping. Yes.
No, for real, because I think she got into her own head. Like, you know what I feel like she did? I feel like she went and read the top 3 highlights. She went on to freaking Watch Mojo. Why is this character the best? And she took that and ran with it. That's what I feel like she did. Because in every interview, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to be this and that," and she could do everything, and oh yeah, she could wield the hammer. No, she's not capable of wielding the hammer. She's not, worthy enough to do that. She's strong. Don't get me wrong. Like at one point, Hulk held the hammer for like 5 seconds and was able to hit Thor with it, but that was because the comic in that era had a different mechanic than what we see in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
She just wanted to be like the best,
it person or whatever. Oh, let me check something. Sorry, guys, that was completely because last time I had a friend comment and it went on Facebook and it never popped up here.
Really?
Yeah, yep. I had an actual comment, so let me double check.
Oh my gosh!
Cool. Yeah, we're good. All right. So again, if I don't see a comment or if y'all comment something, let me know. Especially you on Twitch and the couple on Facebook. But I don't have anything. Yeah, it was last time, and I was like, oh man, like what the heck? So that was on me. So I didn't see it.
Is it public?
Yes, everything's public. I just don't know why that one it didn't come up. So but let's see, what were we saying? I'm so sorry, I went off on just hit me.
It's it's funny to be like, oh, if your comments don't come up, make sure to comment. Wait.
Wave us down, buzz us. Let's see, what was one? Dude, I went blank.
But no, that Penguin series so far, I'm actually like, I really want to see how it ends because they've done so well with it. Like the acting in it is really good. The storytelling in it is pretty damn interesting.
I like how you said noir because and the only reason why I now know what noir is Black Noir from Spider-Man, and is that type of detective type, so 34-year-old man wouldn't have known what that was. So I was like, that is what, okay, got it.
I thought you were gonna say Spider Noir.
That's what I meant. I thought it was Black Noir. It was but it's just Spider Noir.
Yeah, like Spider Noir. I thought when you said Black Noir, I thought you were talking about the boys. Oh man.
Shit, that's who I was talking about was Spider Noir. We went 2 different ways.
Oh man.
Jesus. Let's see. There's another one right here. So last one of the news was actually just something cool to show you how, I guess, casting works, I guess you could say. So Lex Luthor, Superman's Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, was actually in the running and lost to Robert Pattinson for Batman. And so he's like, your imagination does not know. You're aware on a practical level. I know I'm auditioning against Rob, and Rob is fantastic in that movie. That was the right decision. But he said that he suffered an emotional blow to know that he lost out on that role. So that's that's who's gonna be our Lex. But he was casting or auditioning for.
Okay, pretty interesting.
But you're interested in the Lex?
I'm interested in the Lex, but I'm trying to see him as the Batman.
Yeah. And that's cool. Again, I mean, we've heard a lot of them. I can't tell you any of them off the top of my head, but I know Hawkeye went to audition for Thor, or who was it?
No, it was Hiddleston.
Hiddleston went to Thor. So all these different things, but they land where they're supposed to land. You know what I mean?
You can't see anybody else's Loki.
100%.
Like Hiddleston forever embodied that role.
Mm-hmm.
But kind
of held it down through
all the way through.
So yeah. So it's interesting. So yeah, Nicholas Hoult, the Lex Luthor casted for Superman, was in the running for Batman. So that's pretty interesting to see.
Man, so that means they're giving us weak
Seconds.
Well, no. I mean, like, because in the comics, you got like kind of technically two different Luthers. You got the super brainiac, like I know what I'm doing, mech suit and everything. But then there's also Swole Luther, who's just like, yo, like I could throw hands too, but I'm still super smart. I'm gonna put on a super suit on top of my physical.
Okay, you think he's gonna stay skinny?
I don't know, maybe.
We'll see. And then lastly, it will. I don't know. Nope. I won't even go into it. It was the Woman of Tomorrow. So Supergirl, that's the name. The Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and it's actually going to be based off of. Again, I wish I could read it off to you guys. Actually, going to be based off of a darker Supergirl. That she's going to be a lot more in her feels, not so like peppy as the one from CW. Okay. So not as optimistic. Apparently. She's lost everyone. She's on down and outs, all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be a darker, grittier.
Speaking
Supergirl,
of which, did I hear this right? That they recasted the girlfriend that played in the Flash. Mm-hmm. I kind of liked her.
Yeah, it was a shock to her because she signed a multi-movie year deal, and then to be recasted. So damn, she heard the news. So
that would suck too, especially if you like have that deal and then out of nowhere somebody's like, "Oh yeah, this is a new person." You're like, "Wait, I have that job."
Let me. Can I see my contract? Because I know there was some guaranteed money. You know what I mean? Like,
right? Yo, you better pay up.
Exactly.
You better.
Like, unless they just chop. Like a football contract, like how they pay out the coaches and all that.
Jim Gunn's gonna come in and be like, "Well, actually, that was part of the old DCU."
You see that E in front of the U? That's the extended universe. Like, we're not just the DC universe.
This is the JG DCU. James Gunn DCU from now on.
Dang, man. Like, but that is upsetting, man. I mean, could you imagine
I actually enjoyed her portrayal of it.
Yeah, a lot of people were but she held it down. She said, I'm proud of what I did with that role and all that stuff. So yeah, it's funny that you said that I like passed her up not too long ago. Yeah. Last one, literally last one of the news.
He said that last time.
James Gunn confirms that he's actually not the director for the Creatures Commandos. He only directed the voice recordings. Interesting. What do you think about that? I don't know who the director is, honestly. Oh, yeah, he does. Director of DC's Creature Commandos is Dean Lorey. So James Gunn is not the director. So again, what we're talking about is James Gunn is coming into this like heavy with cutting out the rumors. So again, if you are just hopping in, it's pretty cool.
How do you spell his last name?
Lorey.
There was too many Dean Loreys for me to look up. What have you done, mister?
And oversaw the proceedings.
This guy?
Interesting stuff, guys. Interesting stuff. Let's see.
Okay, so he's had some dabbles in DC before. He did the Harley Quinn anime. Okay. What, 2019 to 2020?
Nice.
But it's not too many shows or anything. I don't know. Hopefully he does good, because I don't know. Apparently he's a book writer, and that makes me nervous now. Well, because... Oh, okay, we're going to go off tangent real quick, real people. But book writing doesn't always correlate to good writing for movies and TVs.
Okay.
Same way, like, writing for books and TV shows don't always correlate to book writing.
Okay.
They don't fit all that. Case in point is J.K. Rowling. Going from book writing, all those fantastic books, and then she started writing for the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. First one was okay. After that, it was kind of choppy and not very good.
So there was no books to that?
There was no books. Those were technically books in universe of Harry Potter. So she kind of gave it its thing. Like, those technically happened, but they don't have any. There's no physical books for us to read. She just went from writing to screenwriting, and it hasn't been the greatest. So jumping from one writing style to another doesn't always.
Wow, I did not know that.
So yeah, it's kind of a little sketchy for me, especially because the Secrets of Dumbledore, still haven't finished it, dude. I've been a Harry Potter fan forever, so when those came out, I was like heavy on it, and then after a while, I was kind of like, y'all. For me, when you start messing up the timeline and it's your own thing that you did.
I felt that in your voice, my bro. that was a change in pitch, bro.
Dude, it's one thing. James Gunn could go ahead and screw up the timeline. He could change it up a little bit. He could twist it, make it around. He could make it do loop-to-loops for all I damn care. He didn't do it.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling created this shit. She made it. And you go and tweak it, and now everybody's like, wait, that character don't get involved until this time. And this character is alive around this time, but now you're bringing him back in over here. No.
That's...
no. So that's why I said, like, writing doesn't always correlate to screenwriting.
Damn, that is freaking crazy. So I thought there was an actual book set to the fantastical series.
Well, she technically made them, but it's
in the lore of
Harry Potter. But then she also made the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. But it's not like an actual book of reading what he did. It's just the monsters.
The monsters, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that somewhere. I think it was in the Scholastic Book Club or where you could get it and stuff. So,
but she kind of butchered her own stuff.
That's wild, yo. I mean,
and then she has Pottermore?
No.
It's a website, pottermore.com.
Okay.
All Harry Potter stuff. Bunch of people go in there and be like, hey, what happened? What about this? And she expands the universe. Pretty damn interesting. I enjoyed it. You got to learn about the different schools around the world. You got to learn about certain stuff. And then it started getting, well, how did they... Back before toilets were invented, how did the wizards, go to the restroom? Oh, they just pooped and made it disappear. What? Oh, yeah. And then she became the whole political side, which we're not going to touch yet. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she kind of screwed
herself.
She tied her legs up and jumped into a vat of acid. Yeah, she ain't getting out of this no more. Which is why I think on top of that,
her main actors, not to touch base on it again to avoid scrutiny ourselves, but you know what I mean? Yeah,
that's why you don't do stuff like that. Speaking of which, they're making a series, and I'm very iffy about the series.
Ooh, yeah, that's a whole different monster. Yeah, we won't talk about that one, but yeah, I read that too. So I saw that they were gonna make a series, and then again with Harry Potter as the antagonist. So it's supposed to apparently the protagonist, supposed to be more to the books, because we were upset
and they better fix the fourth book.
I was gonna say
they better fix that.
They better fix that maze. They better, as we said on the last one.
They better fix it. But no, in all honesty, I'm interested, and that kind of makes me want to go back and try to do my own channel again of reviewing stuff because I've loved Harry Potter for so long. But at the same time, I'm
when does that release? Do you know? You don't?
No words. I just know. Yeah,
stuff like that. So interesting.
I'm just But anyways.
But alrighty, guys. Well, that is all that we have here as far as news. Again, I stayed heavy with James Gunn because I really wanted to talk about how he's really taking hold of the reins as far as with his universe that he's creating and stuff. So really interesting stuff. One rumor to be negated is the Fantastic Four is not gonna be on the same day as the Superman. So it was just a rumor. So it is Fantastic Four is I think July 24th, and then that one is the 11th.
Okay.
Superman. So it was a rumor. It was a rumor, but it would have been funny.
Hey, that would have divided fans hard. I would have. You know what though? They would have got my money twice that day.
Straight up, right? Called out, go see a matinee, and then the nighttime video. Don't even remind me. I'm still heartbroken that I didn't get a freaking Venom bucket, man. I didn't make it, again due to the situations. But It's all right, guys. It's all right. We'll
get
one
the
day,
Fantastic Four one.
We'll get exactly 100% on the Fantastic Four one. I wonder what they would go with.
What comes out before that? Oh, that horrible Brave New World.
Yep.
I say horrible already, but I haven't watched it yet. I don't know. It just makes me. It's nerve-wracking. My expectations are at 1 right now.
And that's that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing to be low expectations, to be expected higher. You actually taught me that. Like, I've always been the one to go in there with some high expectations and then just be let down. Like, and I actually think I did that with the Marvels, and I enjoyed it. I went in there with like low expectations, and they actually did all right. Brie Larson, held her own. But Kamala, made
I told you she was gonna do it.
So she held the reins, made the comedy relief, and then it was perfect. Not forced. So that was one movie I went with low expectations, and it turned out okay. It came out all right. So, but yeah, guys, Brave New World. It'll be February.
I'm iffy about it, but
Eternals are going to be brought in. Tiamat's going to be Adamantium. We're going to have Charles Bradley for the Super Soldier before Captain America. We have the Falcon's going to be back thrown in here, which is the Hispanic guy. I can't remember his name. Hernandez.
I think so.
I think it's Hernandez or something like Fernandez. One of the two. I can't remember. Watch it be like
some random
way off. Garcia. And so, but yeah, guys, February Red
14th.
Hulk.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a lot. Thunderbolts
coming out.
Is gonna be freaking. Okay, guys, let's go back.
Speaking of low expectations or high expectations to be let down. My Hero.
Oh. Yes.
I mean, I enjoyed it because I know what's coming, and I finished it.
But that's what I'm about to ask you. That's what I'm about to ask you. Like, how dare they? You know what happens. You read the manga. We mentioned it, I think, a few times on here on the show. How do you think they... Where do you think they thought? What is their thought process?
I don't know where their thought process was, because I think me and you discussed it, and I discussed it with somebody else too. I'm like, they had enough time to finish this whole series with this last season. Like, especially them doing the week or two hiatus or something. Like,
what's up, Tark?
Hey, how's it going?
He said no.
Harrison Ford's Hulk. I don't know about that one.
Man. They said they paid him a lot of money to act a fool on camera, and
trust me, he's gonna act a fool because it ain't gonna be right.
I don't see that guy playing, those type of characters. You know what I mean? I didn't see it coming,
but I did read he was like doing an interview or something
that it felt good,
and he was saying that he doesn't see how come a lot of people turn down those roles because they don't want to be tied to a character like that. He's like, it expands, your work. But also, he's like, if you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it who may not have done it as good of a job as you did. And I'm like, okay, I could see what you're saying, but as a Red Hulk, I don't see you as that, man.
I love what they even did with the stash. He said, if I wanted to be president, I had to save my mustache or something like that. I was like, I see what you did there, Marvel. Like, I see what you did there.
I mean, it's kind of a callback to what is Romano?
Rhodey?
No. It's from a DC, the Joker. It was like one of the first Jokers to play TV. Uh-huh. He's like, I'm not getting rid of my mustache, so they painted it white.
Yeah. Like, I didn't notice that until I watched like a video of it, and I was like, shut up. And I went to like still frames.
Yeah,
it's painted like they plastered it down with like something, and then like trimmed it, and then they painted it. And I was like, yo, hey, that's wicked, bro. To have that kind of power back then.
He's like, I ain't doing that. And they're like, all right, fine.
Yeah. But Red Hulk, man. Again, they have destroyed your Hulk world. They're talking about World War Hulk. Like,
I need Marvel to hit a reset button and give me a brand new Hulk.
That's my best reference, man. Like, like restart it. Like, but I'm excited. Apparently, again, but we're off tangent here. But apparently, Hasbro's toys revealed how Red Hulk, gets his powers. Again, another toy ruining, this secrecy or this, hype that we want to know. You know what I mean? So I don't understand it. I didn't read the article. I avoided it because I truly want to know. I want to be surprised when I go see the theaters. But apparently, again, one of the toys has something in the packaging that reveals how he becomes Red Hulk. So
it's kind of like with the Funko Pop of Death that I showed you. I'm like, y'all releasing this too early. Like, wait until after the series is done, at least.
Yeah.
Or the movie's out. Like,
I think so too. Like, I mean, like I don't get like maybe like now like the like toys like Black Panther, Iron Man, all those. As since we can just throw out toys, we can throw those out. You know what I mean? But like for movie feature films, like. You don't even know if they're gonna make any money until the movie is out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, we are not toy producers. We don't know the realms of that, but I just feel like they could wait till literally the Thursday that it's coming out, put it out. You know what I mean? Even again, how hard is it to edit something like on a picture or something like before it was on a picture. It wasn't it hasn't hit the store shelves.
Yeah.
Like why not like black it out or edit the photo? Like if you can edit a trailer showing the Hulk running through a freaking forest, you can goddamn take your time and edit the reveal or something. I don't know, like just it's to me feels like it takes away from the excitement.
Agreed.
What's up, Tiffany? Checking in. Yep, we're about to talk a little bit of My Hero. We went off on a tangent, with Hulk already, but it was based off of comments. We work on comments, so y'all just tune in, jump in, let us know what you think. But we're talking about overall everything. He actually touches base on. How from manga to animation is the difference, so I don't know if you ever tuned in one of our podcasts, but yeah, so right now we're actually just talking about the hype of where it left us off on the last season. Again, My Hero has left me like torn apart, you know what I mean? Like again, it's so good, and then the way they leave these cliffhangers are just upsetting. It's so upsetting.
It's masterful though because
well done, well played.
For real, because if they're gonna bring you in, they're gonna they want to make sure you come back.
Yeah, you're gonna hold on to the reel. You're not gonna let go of the bait, like you know what I mean. So, second to one. What do you mean? Like graphics, 100%. Like again, I maybe over the fight. See, that's what he reads the manga, so he's up to date on the manga, and I just kind of watch the animation. So I'm torn right now. Like again, we're building this fight and this epic battle, and again, beautifully done.
Good. So good.
This is like a culmination of a battle I'm talking about. Like you know what I mean? Again,
this is what you were expecting for like Agatha. You wanted something big and explosive.
Just explosive, one after another.
But
you got
Hero.
This going on. You got Ganga Hill going on. Ganga Villa. You got the school. You got their coffin in the sky.
Yeah. And that's still a hard ass name.
It's such a cool name, dude. It's such a cool name. Freaking coffin in the sky. So, all these pieces working together and just and here and there and this. Oh my! And then. Just to be left with All Might ready to go, but I give it to All Might again, like that mecha suit, incorporating not only his all for one abilities, but the abilities of his students. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, that open that freaking, he's just like calling on the students for strength, bro. Yep. Again, this is upsetting to me right now because I'm hyping myself up to not know what's gonna happen. Oh my goodness! But again, well played, masterfully done, like you said. So, what we were talking about, you in your eyes, 100% agree that they could have finished it right now, right? Like
this season could have finished it entirely. Like, there's not a whole bunch left over for it to be enough I mean, they could technically finish it in like a 60-minute movie.
Okay.
I don't see it being a 90-minute movie unless you want to recap the end couple fights, just for the for the fight scenes and everything. But the next season is, I mean, unless y'all are trying to
money grab
this next season out, I'm like, it could be done.
Because we actually talked about it, right? Like each season was running about like 24 episodes or something like that.
Yeah.
So we were in our head, we even like checked, it was like 18, right? So we were like, oh, definitely it's going to be another, it's going to finish it up. And to be left off here, I was just like, not mad at you, but I was going back to our conversation. I was like, I know we just talked about this. Like, I know we literally discussed that this should be able to be finished, and they're leaving me like this right now.
But I think it's just the hype of it that they wanted to leave it on.
For sure. Let's see. I can't wait for the future episodes. If Ufotable had this, it would be obviously out of this. Oh,
I need Ufotable to do something for me when they're done with.
Oh, we talked about this. Yes. Claymore, right?
Yes.
Claymore.
So they have their hands hopefully on something else, but we don't know yet.
If you're ever planning on stretching this out, they're going to have them old school Dragon Ball Z vibes next time straight.
Thank you for agreeing with me, because there's no way this is going to... You're going to have somebody yelling, and then like what they're going to do, and it bothers me because I love Claymore, but the last like 5 episodes is dragged on so horribly bad.
Really?
It just, they basically did a Dragon Ball Z thing, but instead of the whole screaming, it's just them yelling their names, and it's just like bunch of explosions, just flashes, and then it's just like another scene of them yelling, and then flashes. I'm just like, so y'all don't need to do that. Just finish the damn thing.
So what you're telling me is Android 18 should come into My Hero, because I read that he did that in the Super Tournament. There was 2 fighters from another universe powering up.
Oh, yeah.
And he blasted him.
Did you not watch Super?
I haven't gotten that far. I'm actually rewatching it all because I have not watched Super. Like,
Super was actually really good.
I'm on the Cell Saga right now.
One of the best sagas.
Yeah, we're going on the Cell Saga. But yeah, like, you know what I mean? So Android 18 like goes and blasts them, and they're like, whoa, what are you doing? Like, that's not fighter's code. Like, you know?
Like, everybody's like, everybody knows in a shonen, you wait till they power up. That's why they're saying that people like Aaron, Android 18, somebody else, like, you hit them in the middle of their power up, and they're like, yo, no.
So we need one of those in My Hero, because fortunately it looks like that's what they're about to do. Again,
they're gonna stretch it out so bad if they stretch it
again. What do you think about like a 6 episode season with a movie?
Don't even do that.
Not even that too much. That's too much. Really? That's how close they were.
What is it, Tiffany? Help me out here. I don't. We're
literally on the rooftop. Mecha off one for all right now.
Mm-hmm. Did they start the fight?
No, like he's gotten his hits already. He was already knocked out. Like, and he stood up. He was basically telling that AI. He realized that the more damage he All For One was taking, the younger he gets. He starts laughing, menacingly, like, because he just realized, I'm about to.
I can stop you here.
Yeah, exactly. So,
with where they're at and how far everything is, they could legit do a what is it? Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Give me an hour-long episode and you're done. Maybe an hour and a half episode and you're done.
Okay.
Like, it's not that far. It is not that long.
God dang, man. Let me see.
Because this whole thing is like the last fights, the last big, hurrahs, and then it depends. No, they have to do not the dialogue, epilogue.
The final season, season 8, will air in 2025, following the end of season 8, October 24. Yep, it will conclude after that, but it doesn't say when in 2025.
They don't need a whole lot of episodes. They just need to finish it, let it run through. Do a Attack on Titan final season part 1, whatever. Like,
yeah,
give me that hour-long episode. Give me hour and a half. If you want to split into 2 hours, so that way you could do one major fight,
and then
like a couple major fights in here, and then do another couple major fights there, and then give me the manga, the epilogue. I'm good with that.
Interesting.
But I don't see it being more like if you do an hour and an hour, that's 2 hours long. That's 4 episodes.
Truth.
You don't just
Dang,
give me the two.
Man, what the hell, yo? Like, and who was the the studio? I know it was
Bones.
Bones. Yeah, I was about to say
Bones.
Blood. I was gonna say Blood. But yeah, guys. So My Hero. I mean, again, we got a little bit of time left. But yeah, we built up this massive battle. We actually talked about the riot, you know what I mean, like the heteromorphs, right?
Yeah.
Or heteromorphs, and so like this culmination of all these battles, all these like battlegrounds, this chess piece of a finale, dude. Like again,
It's really good.
It took you back to when All For One was fighting what is his name, Deku, at the first place. I think when he was wearing the Iron Mask, and then Ares, fight when he was finding out about Ares. Let's see.
Who?
The nice guy. He does the trampoline.
Mr. Gentle.
Mr. Gentle, and then Homegirl, his assistant.
Mm-hmm.
All these culminated again, like came full circle, into
which is what I like too, because not a lot of people bring back people from the old, fights and everything. Like even if they do, sometimes they're not changed and they try to help out the bad guy, or even if they do change, they're like, well, I'm only doing this to better like myself or whatever.
Yeah.
But I like how they're like, oh yeah, he did change my outlook on things, so I'm gonna help him. Like that was pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah. See, and so I'm like, this full circle to this massive battle again. They did. It was wonderfully done. From your standpoint, from manga to animation, are they now living up to the hype? I know. Again, manga's a little bit more graphic, but did Bones make up for a little bit with like Homegirl's ear being ripped off? Some of the blood on like Hawks. Oh my boy Hawks, man, God. Such a cool cat gone, man. Golly, that's another upsetting one right there. Like that was a R.I.P. to my boy. At least he's alive.
Yeah.
His aura will be able to pass down to his students and stuff. But that broke me, bro.
Yeah, Hawks was awesome.
Hawks was a dope dude, bro. In the end, like again the twist in there again. I liked how they did the double agent, thing. Like, he, played a really good double agent. You know what I mean? So, goodness, man. So Hawks, we have Shigaraki's battle still that they left us pretty hanging on. And Deku, I almost left that out. Deku catching that, or I think he realized All Might was fighting or something like that. Like he, the sense.
The danger sense.
Yeah, not even the danger sense. The spirits. He sees All Might's spirit, and like he felt his energy being used somewhere else or something like that, and he's like, All Might's fighting, like, and that's when he realized like time was almost done. Like he's if All Might's fighting, there's a reason, and that was another cliffhanger there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is he gonna do? Like, we got Shigaraki, coming at him. All Might's going off, on All For One, dude. Again, it was so upsetting, bro. To have you explaining, like, dude, they're right there. It's almost done.
At the finish line, dude.
So then we get those things, and it's just like, to get to that finale, it's just like, hold on. No. Give me this next little screen that says new episode.
Nope, they denied everybody. I'm like, man, y'all could have just finished it out.
But if they don't go film, do you think they'll make money? Like that, how we always say they're like up for a money grab. Like, what do you think they're doing here? Like, is it in your opinion a money grab, or do you think they just want the 9 years of being one of the top rated mangas, animes in the run, in its era, because it's done. The manga run arc is done, and we're about to get the culmination on the anime. Do you think they're just trying to use? How about this? Are they trying to use Attack on Titans? Deal, because it actually came out yesterday. The last movie of whatever. So
I don't know why.
So do you think they're trying to do that? I mean, just they themselves don't want to let go of this, chapter.
I mean, it might be because this made them, so much money and made them a big name. Well, probably didn't make them a big name, but like they're probably really decent enough. Yeah. But I'm like, it made them more noticeable to other people and stuff. So it is probably a combination of this was our big money seller. This was our cash cow. But we could always do a movie and make a little bit more money at the end of this. So it just like, I don't know. It bothers me because I'm just like, there's so much we don't know about it. Like going into like,
that side of the spectrum. Yeah.
And I'm just like, just from fan points of view, it's just like, you could have finished. You could have done this. It's just like, it's like somebody like in a desert and you have a cup of water, but you keep walking away with it as they're coming to you. I'm like, yo, just let me take a sip at least. Like, damn, just
drop an episode a month, maybe. Like, don't even
like, I'll be cool with that. Like, if you drop an episode a month, dude, that'll be kind of crazy though. An episode a month will make you drag out so much.
Well, if it's the last 4 episodes, I mean, it can run it into 2025. You know what I mean? Like, but man, I don't know. But I never gonna let you answer. So, did they do justice in the end as far as the studio, like from mangaka to?
I think they did justice as much as they could.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of studios are still nervous about the whole blood and everything, and doing this and that. Some studios are a bit more iffy about it too, because you got to think too. Some studios not just give it to us to watch, but they give it to like different locations. Like if you have the best one I could show you, if you ever go to see Demon Slayer,
okay,
and you watch Demon Slayer how we see it, it's a certain amount, right? Certain amount of blood, certain amount of things, certain dress code, whatever. If you watch China's or Korea's version of Demon Slayer, they have different outfits.
Shut up.
Yeah, they changed everything because they're not supposed to show like as much body on him, or they're not supposed to show certain things like that. So it changes entirely. You're like, yeah, go like if you look it up right now.
I was like, hold the.
The main one will be Tenzin Wives, the 3 of them, and Miss Koji. Those ones, they change whole outfits because they're not supposed to be as revealing. And I think they changed some of the blood aspect of it too because they're not supposed to be as like.
But so Japan doesn't care about titties and stuff, but really
China and I think Korea are the ones that changed their
interesting, yo.
So that's why I think certain things like
it goes back to like certain movies that have like sexual, same sex, scenes and stuff. They don't get shown in like. Okay.
So they don't allow certain things. So I think that's why sometimes it's easier to pull back the blood in the beginning through just regular media, and then
not give it to us and then take it away.
Yeah. Because I think it takes a bit more effort to go back in and re-edit it. So,
or again, also the fan effect, like giving us all these like bloody hardcore seasons 1 and 2 or whatever get speculated on. Hey, this too gory, like for kids. You're not
and
making.
Now you have to change.
And then season 3 through whatever is blunted down. You know what I mean? Like, and now we got fans that are mad.
Yes, which is why I'm afraid if they redo Claymore, which studio is going to get it? Because I would love Ufotable to get it, but I mean, Ufotable hasn't done any major gory stuff that I know of. But they do show like the Demon Slayer when they cut off their head, like the little bit of blood and stuff. And everything. If they could do that, they could do Claymore. So, only thing is that again, but they did the hot spring scene with Koji, so I'm kind of like, it all depends. They're gonna have to change some stuff, of course. But
well, speaking of, on our last few minutes, we'll go over what we're going to talk about next. A future of the Hideout next few weeks coming in. Again, we laughed about it when we made the show, but anime is our filler to our episodes. And we heavily, rely on like movies, reviews, and TV, reviews and stuff. Now we have anime in our mix as well, we've had anime in our mix, and because anime's catalog is so massive, so expansive, and I new to the world of animes, still we felt like our anime episodes are fillers, so
they fill the episodes in between our movies and our TV reviews.
exactly. So we finished Agatha, My Heroes on a terrible hiatus. So we are now going to go into another realm. He's pitched it for a while. I'm going to watch this show. Yeah. So I'm going to watch the show Claymore. That is the next one in. And he kind of, always told me it was in this time of the season, so I think we already missed the October-ish time, but I'm going to, go ahead and still run through it. And then also we are going to do Fate series. Again, we would love to bring our guest host or guest star, Nathan. So hopefully we'll have that in the works sometime next year. I know our schedules conflict right now at the moment, but that is the game plan. So Claymore, we're going to do Fate series. That we won't review the Fate series till we have him on the show. So that one is will be a back burner. I'll maybe bring it up a couple of times. Of course, like battles and stuff that I'll see, but I definitely want to go heavy with this guy, because if y'all watch the Will the Real One Punch Man Please Stand Up episode, I think it's like episode number 2 on season 2. YouTube, check it out. This guy, you could just tell he exubrates the lore and knowledge of this, comic and this manga. I'm sorry to, disrespect, my fault. Manga and, anime. So I'm super stoked to watch it. Again, he's got a tattoo of it. He just loves this, and he's again just really strong in the knowledge of that show. So that's gonna be one we won't cover till he's here. But Claymore, I got the expert right here with the box sets and the manga.
Dude, I got out that box set again because my wife got her coworker in on it.
No way, yeah, dude. She's rolling the freaking tie down on Claymore.
Dude, if I could get everybody on Claymore, I would.
What's up, dude?
She finished that manga in like a month. Her
just smashed.
Yeah, my wife's coworker, she just tore through them. She was just like, "Give me the next 3."
Like that, you were giving them one at a time, and then she was like,
she got like the first 2, and then after that, she's like, "Give me the next 3," and then after that, it was like chunks of 3 at a time, and she just went through them so fast. She enjoyed them though. She
freaking dope. I'm excited. So Claymore's next, and then I myself. So again, what's hard for myself is I want to enjoy, and we talk about this all the time. I want to enjoy the show, but for discussion purposes, I would like to notate these shows. So I'm going to watch quite a few shows, and I'm going to rewatch them for the purpose of notes.
Yeah, that's
I'm paying a goddamn Crunchyroll subscription.
You might as well rewatch it a few times.
I'm going to rewatch some, episodes. But super excited again, guys. We love y'all's interaction today. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
So again, that's how we work. If you got comments, you let us know. We'll respond. You are our feedback.
There are other co-hosts.
Yeah, our constant tangent to the other realms that we need to talk about. But again, guys, I thank y'all for tuning in. This will be a shorter episode this week. We have some other stuff that we got to get taken care of. And we'll be back next week with some Claymore and some other stuff, more news. So, guys, thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful week. Y'all stay safe.
Thank you for joining us.